Good evening, everyone. I am here to speak to you all about a profession that is in high demand. But as stop it, Taylor, I messed up real. Good evening, everyone. I am here to speak to you all about a profession that is in high demand but has one of the largest shortages than any other. Nursing is a profession that has one of the largest shortages than any other. Nursing is a profession that has been admired and respected throughout the world for many years. However, in the United States, there has been a nursing shortage for many years. Some of you are not aware because you are not medical professionals. More so, most of you that are in other field of profession would think that your profession has the largest shortage. Salary, working conditions, and lack of staffing has plagued the nursing profession in the 20th century. In my world of nursing over the past 10 years, I have seen a decline in the geriatrics, doctor's office, and hospital settings. This is only 5% of entities that nurses work in. However, there are many other entities that suffer the same. Despite all of the uproar in the news over the nursing profession and shortage, there are many influences that contribute to this. For example, here's a young lady here that's tired and fatigued from working, which is she's an ICU nurse, and she complained that a patient had been on her unit for 10 days and she has not been able to give him an adequate shave due to being overworked, being assigned extra patients, which prevented her from giving proper care to her patient. Many nurses have shied away from bedside nursing due to being overworked because of staffing shortages, poor working conditions, and most of all, low wages. Working on specialty units like ICU require one-on-one care. However, nurses are now being assigned 3 to 4 patients on this unit that house critical care patients. As a nurse who worked on the cardiac unit taking care of cardiac patients with lower acuity, that was often assigned patients with higher acuities because of the shortages that the clinical care nurses within the hospital. Charge nurses and house supervisors has often been assigned group of patients for an entire shift. Nurses all over the hospital I work at continually complain to administration at open forum during monthly staff meetings. The morale where I am employed has plummeted because of the lack of available supervision throughout the hospital during the nursing crisis. Many nurses at the hospital has resigned or transferred to non-direct patient care areas. As we all know, competitive waging for nurses has been another reason why there is a nursing shortage in different entities of nursing. We all know salary play a big part in retaining staff in many professions. More so, people tend to seek out employers with the highest salaries. As a nurse, I always sought out for nursing jobs in my specialty of care that paid more. I personally believe that nurses receiving lower wages don't deliver the best care because they usually are angry, which create a hostile work environment that leads to patient safety. I do know that employers that have unions are usually fully staffed because unions advocate for fair wages and competitive salaries. Fair wages has always been the driving force to employee retention, patient safety, and increasing morale within a facility. Along with other dissatisfiers that come along with the nursing profession, poor working condition has caused nurses to contract diseases within many facilities from hospital, nursing home, and doctor's offices. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention nurses, working conditions have been associated with medication errors and falls, increased deaths, and spread of infections. Needle sticks in the facility where I am employed has a high incidence among nurses because of inadequate needle delivery systems. Also, common colds and flu-like symptoms has a high incidence as well. Remember, some infections within the workplace is not spread by poor working conditions, but lack of patient education. Patients have been known to transmit MRSA, C. diff, and common colds to staff and other patients due to lack of hand washing. As I conclude, I want all of you to know that nursing has been a passion of mine since I've been a kid. I will continue to advocate for fair and competitive wages for all nurses. The endeavors of nurses have intrigued many and inspired many to be the best nurses they can be. However, there are many deficits this profession suffers today. Poor working conditions, poor wages, and staffing have discouraged members of society from going into the nursing profession. Nurses are changing their profession daily because of these conditions. However, as nursing organizations along with other organizations continue to advocate for nurses and challenge the labor board, this profession has potential to recover. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.